John, Tuesday night, undoubtedly a disappointing night for you. I know you were happy with what you saw from your players, but not with the result and some decision that went against you. When you make that journey home on Tuesday night, how easy is it to switch off?
I've been quite good over the last few years, being able to park things and not dwell on things and not get upset with things. And one of the things that upsets you the most is your thoughts. So, and you've got to try and find a way to think about something else. It's very difficult to do that. I was tossing and turning all night. Never really got much sleep. And then you then end up speaking to other people about it the next day, so it's refreshing your brain. And it was about 3 o'clock yesterday before I actually had a chance to park it. And then, I got on with other things, which is predominantly focusing on Saturday's game.
Right. Seeing some lovely weather coming here, aren't we?
So focusing on Saturday's game now. And there's nothing you can do. We can just learn from certain situations that we've been in, and try and come up with a way of trying to get us to score more goals and get us to win games.
Is a defeat like Tuesday in any way self-inflicted, or is it things that have conspired against you that meant that you didn't take anything?
I don't think for 1 second the defeat was self-inflicted. You couldn't have had a more fortunate goal that they scored, and then circumstances definitely conspired against us to play with 10 men. So not for 1 second I think it was a self-inflicted. Yeah, we'd like to make more chances, like to score more goals. For the second week running, we've played a team in the top half of the league, or top 6, 7 of the league, and with 10 men, and took the game to them for 25 minutes and pinned them back. And so we can keep doing that. With 11 men, we've got a good chance. It's been a really, really difficult season, and I've had to try and over the last couple of years I have altered my approach, and I think Daniel testified to that. Was it the 2.0 edition? Is it? And I've tried to calm down. I've tried to just influence things that I can only influence, that are beyond, that are in my remit and in my control, and not let things get on top of me. And I was doing well with it, to be honest. I barely would move from my spot on the railings in the technical area. And over the last 6 weeks, whether it's the pressure of being where we are and the results and the injuries and that, I found myself going back to the way I was 20 years ago. I'm too animated. I'm complaining about everything. I'm going to the fourth official too often, berating him, getting het up with the decisions that are going against us. And then that might be fueling the fire. And I've just got to learn to accept it. What I've got to try and change is the fact that Accrington are a dirty team. So everyone's looking now, Accrington's got a terrible disciplinary record. But look at the sending-offs. We had a handball for Harvey, 2 one-on-ones with Lucas, missed time challenges, not dirty. Sean McConville against Bolton, he's lifted his leg, but it's not like a lunge or a stamp or a vicious kick. Mo's 2, neither are fouls. But the perception now is that Accrington are just trying to get by being physical and kicking people. And a good friend of mine, Dave Allison, who was the head of the referees, and he's now a coach. And I had a good chat with him yesterday, and he said, "You know what, John?" He said, "There wasn't a bad tackle in the game on Tuesday. But the perception is that we're a dirty team, and we're not. And I know we're not. So I've got to maybe make the extra effort to take my aggression out the equation. That might be fuel on the fire. That might be subconsciously making officials think that we're dirty, that I'm aggressive or overly aggressive, or belligerent, or whatever word you want to use, whatever adjective you want to describe me as. I've got to calm down, basically, and hopefully that will take the preconceived idea that I think is creeping in football at this moment in time, not just with referees or officials, but with other teams, and that gets fueled by other fans' message boards wanting to slate us off at every opportunity. And when you do beat a team, they try and find an excuse to say, well, you've been beat by Little Accrington, and it's because we've kicked them. And anyone who's seen our teams over the years have known we've passed numerous teams off the park, both home and away. And unfortunately, with this, the turnover of players that we've had to use this season, it's been difficult to get that rhythm in. And you can forgive the players the tendency to go a little bit long. You counter that when you watch other teams. So your team who went top of the league the other night, Plymouth, they didn't want to pass the ball, they just wanted to put the ball in the channel, and it's effective. So there's no right and wrong way to play football if you win games. But I've got to, going back to what I was saying, I've got to take the part that I'm playing in giving the perception that we are a dirty, aggressive team. I could help it a little bit if I calm down a bit on the touchline and I stop going to fourth officials. And I have been known to use the odd swear word now and again, which I'm not proud of. And I've got to stop that, basically. The flip side to that is that your own supporters then think, oh, he doesn't care, he's not passionate. So get the balance right, I suppose. I think anyone who knows me knows how passionate I am about football, and I will be till they put the final nail in my coffin. Well, not the final nail, I probably would put the first nail. So we've got to keep going. I know I'm proud of the effort that the lads are putting in, and we won't have the ability to go and sign proven players, but we've grown some great players. The big plus I've seen in the last couple of weeks, I've seen Tommy Lee grow up as a man and as a footballer. He's now a proper player, Tommy Lee, and his last 3 games I think he's been superb, and he's only going to get better, in my opinion, between now and the end of the season. And if we can just start adding some goals to that, that might help us along the way.
Just on your demeanour, John, that you mentioned there, has this all come from you, or have people that you've got ultimate trust in the game, whether it's family, friends or staff, has it come from you, or it only did it twice last time, we might be done?
That's God telling you not to ask me this question.
Has it come from you, John, or has it come from a fellow work colleague? Has it come from the family? Has it come from friends that have just said,
a bit of both,
John, we've seen you?
A bit of both. I've been aware of it over the last couple of weeks. It creeping into me, none more so than the other night. Now you can't legislate for how many decisions went against us the other night, but me complaining is not going to make a blind bit of difference. And so, yeah, as other people have mentioned it, and it is something that I've got to take on board. And you're more comfortable in your own skin anyway. I was more comfortable earlier on in the season and big parts of last season by adopting that approach. Sometimes you get pushed into a situation where you see that many injustices that you feel as though you're compelled to speak out, and it's just then showing a degree of self-control and being aware of what your actions achieving or not achieving, and sometimes the negative effect that it can have on you and your club. You've got to bear that in mind, and you've got to try and get yourself into a positive mindset, and you've got to try and portray yourself that is in a positive light. Difficult because, as I said before, the fans want to see you animated on the touchline. You know, you sit there with your hands in your pockets taking everything in and shouting the odd thing onto your players. They think that you don't care.
Would you ever consider, bearing in mind the venues that you've got to go to this season, sitting in an elevated position with the directors to take you out of the equation altogether, and you can look down and have probably a completely different view?
I've thought about it a few times. I really enjoyed it when the lockdown was on, actually. Some of that, and I did get a better perspective at Ipswich. But you feel as though you can't connect with the players there, and I think the players miss you on the touchline as well. And then just the feeling of you being there. So that won't be happening. As much as I'd like a bit of both, I don't think that'll be happening. Well, it won't be happening. I've just got to control myself more, and if I can show the players that I can control myself more, it should set a good example for them.
You got a couple of players free from suspension for this weekend, a goalkeeper and another defender. Some welcome decisions, I'd imagine. Hope you haven't lost any more, though.
Well, we lost Mo, obviously, but he was on international duty anyway, so I'll have to check whether that counts. I don't know. And I think we might have Coley and Ethan Hamilton back by the end of the week, or the end of next week, sorry. So that'll be a boost for us. And whatever team we have to use, we've got to try and get ourselves into a frame of mind that we believe we're going to win, that we're positive in what our game plan is, and that we can try and put a little bit more pressure on the opposition. I studied the game back yesterday, Tuesday night's game, and I was really pleased with the game plan that we come up with. We stifled Plymouth, who were a free-flowing passing team, without having to foul them. You know, our pressure was good. We forced them to go long, pretty much 100% of the time. Well, 95% of the time. Forced them into areas that they didn't want to go into, and created enough problems for them. So we've got to take that step on now, and you know, hopefully we'll get that little bit of luck that is essential in football. And you've seen it being on ice the other night, you know, a shot that gets a wicked deflection and spins in. That happens to the top of the league teams, and it doesn't happen to the bottom of the league teams, and that's footy.
I know you said the other week that Liam Coyle is a quick healer and someone who'll want to play before the end of the season. That's some recovery time, John, isn't it?
Well, he's getting a mask fitted, so and I just know the way the character he is, that won't hold him back.
And just before you sat down, we had Michael Nottingham talk to us. Talk about the influence, John, on and off the pitch that this lad brings to you. I say lad, he's an experienced pro, he's a man, that he brings to your team.
Well, everyone from the age of 14 to 70 is called lad, from the Liverpool perspective. So, great character. I said this last week, you know, he's got a heart the size of Liverpool. Lovely man as well. Doesn't get ruffled very often. Sometimes you like to see him a bit more ruffled, but I think that's what makes him so special. He's doing really well to play on, because he's still not, you know, he hasn't done a pre-season. He's been out for 7 months, 8 months, and it's been difficult for him, but he's in all the while. He's around the players, he's encouraging them, and you can see, you know, he's still a good player, and just if he gets that sharpness between now and the end of the season, you know, it's a big boost for us as well.
Joe Pritchard, we've not spoken about for weeks. I know he's long-term, John, but he was here the other night to watch his team. How's he getting on?
Yeah, I just had a chat with him in there. And he's a big miss for us, Joe. Demands the ball, does things with the ball. Very, very self-confident when he's on the ball, and can deliver as well. And I can't wait for him to be back playing for us. It'll probably be next season now, but I can't wait. And he is infectious. When he gets on the ball, he makes things happen. He unsettles the opposition. And when he gets back, it'll be a big lift for it'll be like getting a new sign.
Just on the opponents this weekend, what are you expecting?
Yeah, they've done really well. We noticed that type of football that Gary will play in. We know it's a tough game, but Exeter away is very much imprinted in our folklore. It took us on to great things, and hopefully it can kickstart us again onto great things this season.
Yeah, just share your memories of that.
I was going there to play them on I think it was a Sunday, wasn't it? And might have been a Sunday or a Monday night. And we were all jockeying for position at the top of the conference. And we went there with a team of great lads. I was going on about Michael being one of the best lads of side, definitely be in the top 10. And we went there with just a group of lads who loved life, loved football, loved everything was geared towards enjoyment. And they made sure that they did it on the pitch, so that enhanced everything. So they were a very, very extremely positive group of lads. Great personalities, all different. And quite a few of them were on a video we got sent last night. The
crossbar challenge.
The crossbar challenge, and I was laughing about it with Jason and Andy Holt. That was the time when they first asked us to do the crossbar challenge. So we have to bring a crossbar because we were training on council pitches and the goals didn't go up till September, so we didn't have a crossbar. And just seeing some of them lads and that epitomised us. And then we went to the Exeter game, and we were just incredible at that game. We played some unbelievable football. Gary Roberts scored a couple of great goals. And I remember the trip coming home. I think it was in January, and they're having the championship winning party on the bus. And they were like that every time they won, and they did win a lot. But they went into games just believing they were going to win, and you couldn't hold us back. And they were great days. And thankfully and fortunately for us, for myself and Jimmy, and then obviously latterly John Doolan, we've created a couple more of them teams. Well, not we've created them, but they've developed through us. And we've had a couple of more of them feelings where you feel invincible, you feel 10 feet tall. And every game, you know the ending before it starts. And I want to get back to them days.
When you think back to that team, you've got a big smile on your face now. I think most or all Accrington Stanley fans, if they think back to that team, they'll all just remember what a set of people that they were.
Yeah, and I think they could relate to them as well. And it was really mad because a lot of them were young. They were on little or no money. The money was terrible of what they were getting. And they didn't have a care in the world. They just wanted to progress their careers. They wanted to kick on, and they all did. And I've still got good friends from them days.